25 minutes after 8, good morning. The back garden of a Wakefield house is being opened to the public this weekend as part of a 92-year-old scheme to allow the public to see horticultural projects which are usually private. The home of Kris Swain in Criggleston is taking part in the National Garden Scheme, which will allow people to view the exotic garden which is packed with plants from across the globe. Tim Daly has been for a look round.
Now, if you just pause for a moment here, you could be forgiven for thinking you're in somewhere like Tropical World in Leeds. I mean, you've got waterfalls, huge bushes, plants everywhere. You've got wooden decking, the sun is shining and it's really warm and humid as well this afternoon. But I'm not in any kind of recreated tropical atmosphere. I'm actually in Criggleston, near Wakefield, on a cul-de-sac. I'm looking for a guy called Kris Swain.
Well, it's an exotic garden. It's full of plants from around the world, many of which you won't find in your regular garden centres or your regular gardens. We bought the house and garden 6 years ago, and from day one we cleared out what was there, and we've basically started from blank canvas, did all the paths, did all the planting beds, moved in a lot of plants that I brought from our previous house, and then year by year over the last 6 years we've created this exotic garden.
This looks like it's been really expensive to do. Has it been?
It's been over many years collecting plants, so there's lots of plants I've sourced online from online nurseries. Quite a lot I've got from swaps from people online. And then a few big purchases as well along the way. But this has been a collection that I've been building up over 15 years.
So this is clearly a labour of love for Kris, but what about his family, who, let's face it, have quite an imaginative place to play in?
It's really good because I like the water feature, because I like the noise of it, and I like the spiders and bugs.
OK, all right. Now, Maria, you're 9 years old, a little bit older. What do you think of all this? I mean, is your dad really clever, or is he a bit bonkers?
Well, I think he is really clever because he has to know all the different plants in the garden.
What's that thing there?
It's type of grass.
What about that one there that's by the rope on the bridge?
It's a lily.
Annabelle, how do you feel about being invaded by people coming to look around your garden on Sunday?
I think it's pretty cool because we worked really hard on it, and it's good to let other people see what we've done.
We're in the jungle hut, which is my favourite part of the garden because I try to escape here.
The Great Cliff Exotic Garden will open this Sunday as part of the National Garden Scheme. It'll be open between 1 and 5 p.m, admission being just £3.50, and the kids can go for free.
Wow, what a week we've had. Been so busy getting the garden ready for the open day that we had yesterday. And we did lots of media to drum up interest in the garden. First of all, we did the BBC radio, which was really interesting to do. So somebody from the BBC come and they basically recorded the full thing on their tablets with a nice little microphone adapted onto the tablet, and that went out on BBC Radio Leeds. And then we had BBC Look North TV cameras arrive as well, and they filmed a quick piece in the morning that were going to go out at lunchtime, and then they did a full sort of 2 or 3 minute feature, mainly of the children in the garden doing lots of things, showing their favourite plants, having a good look around the garden. And that went out on the evening bulletin on their programme there at 6:30. That was great to see, exciting to film. Children love doing that. And they did a little Facebook post as well about the garden, which I've shared, and you've probably seen that if you follow my Facebook pages. If you're not on Facebook, you can still see those links, and I'll do the links below this video if you wish to see those BBC videos. And then it all built up to basically the open day, which was an overwhelming, amazing experience. Yesterday we had an amazing amount of people come and visit the garden. We opened 1 till 5 o'clock. We had a few very early starters arriving sort of before 11 o'clock. But then most people did come at 1 o'clock, and they really came in numbers. We had in total 493 visitors, and we raised just short of £1,700 for the caring charities that the NGS supports. So it's an absolutely brilliant day. I'd like to thank everybody that did visit. I'd be really interested to know if any of my YouTube subscribers visited the garden, and also if there's anything if you did visit the garden, you've seen these videos, if you found anything different from the videos, anything surprising, because obviously when you see them on screen it's very different from seeing it in real life. And what was great was speaking to so many people. I must have spoke to half the people at least, if not more, so 200 or 300 people spoke to in the 4 hours we were open. And it was great to see people that had just come around the corner, and some people that had stayed over especially to visit the garden because they travelled a long way. We had people from Hull, we had people from Lancashire, Preston, County Durham, I think there was somebody from Chichester, I'm guessing they were staying over, and loads of people from Yorkshire, Leeds, York, and it was fantastic that people have to speak to me, asked me lots of questions about the garden, and left some really nice comments in the visitor book that not just I appreciated, but everybody that helped out on the day. So my family and friends that gave up their afternoons to volunteer, either doing traffic warding in the streets or helping make teas, or basically helping people around the garden, selling tickets, because it was a crazy busy 4 hours. So thank you for all those that came. If you didn't come, I'm going to share some pictures now, and I'm going to go through in this video a few of the most asked questions. I was asked a lot of questions, but there was quite a lot that were asked many times. The number one asked question was about the plant that a lot of people thought was a ginkgo. It's not a ginkgo, it's Amesia zygomaris, herbaceous perennial. It grows like a herbaceous perennial in this country, from South America, Brazil, with its really unusual sort of indented heart-shaped leaves, and then on the stems they have these sort of purpley green flaps, which aren't leaves and not flowers. A lot of people thought they were flowers. The true flowers are there. They have these yellow pea-like flowers, and there are the plant that I do show quite a lot in photographs on Facebook because it's so interesting how the leaves fold up on a night. But it was a standout plant. People asked me about it all afternoon. Another plant that loads of people asked about was the cleome, the spider flower. It's an unusual flower, so it's got the purple, sometimes white, violet flowers, and they've got long spidery like sort of anthers and petals, and it was the plant that had the most interest of a flowering plant in the garden that got asked for all the time. Other questions I got asked about was about overwintering, about bananas, about tetrapanax, should I have it in a pot, should I have it in the ground, bamboos, how should they be looked after, and a lot of these questions I go through in my videos, but not everybody watches these videos. It was great to see the mix of people. There was the old school gardeners that like their cottage gardens normally and were just amazed when they saw the exotic garden that we've created here over the last 6 years, and then there's people that do love the exotic plants, people that watch these videos and follow me on Facebook and social media that are really interested to see all the plants in the flesh. So I will open the garden again to the public. Obviously it's open by appointment for groups of over 10, so between July and October. You can contact me ideally through my email address, which is yorkshirekris@hotmail.co.uk, or you can contact me via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube as well. Big thank you to my dad who did all the traffic marshalling, and unbeknownst to both of us, for the first couple of hours he was wearing a badge that said Kris on it, so a lot of people thought that I'd aged a lot or looked very different from the videos in person, because I thought my dad was me, but no, that wasn't me, that was my dad with my badge on for some reason. And one thing that a lot of people wanted were plants. We did sell a few plants and they went literally in minutes at the start. So next time if we do a public opening, I'll get a lot of propagation done and have lots more plants. So I just want to say thank you for everybody that came to the garden. And for those that didn't come, obviously you can watch my videos. I've done the walkthrough for summer, I'll do another one later on, and the palm tree one as well. It's back to weekly videos from now throughout the year. So thanks for watching.